You gonna say hello to YouTube? Gonna say hello? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have a classic Age of Empires 2 game here. I have not seen a preview of this, so I don't know what's going to happen. Also, I've never heard of these players. It was posted, this game was posted on AoCzone.net in 2010. And I haven't had confirmation of this, but I believe that AoCzone was created back at that time. So this game could be even older than 8 years old. In the red, we have B-Virus Zilla playing as the Huns. In the yellow, we have Suzunskiy playing as the Huns. Classic Huns War in AoC. There have been millions of Huns Wars played over the years, and at this time, it was no different, apparently. So yeah, we got some good old Age of Empires 2. I have no reason, no intel as to why this is a classic game. And we'll just see how it plays out. So I personally like Hun Wars because it's fast. It's the one civ where you see lots of different units. You see cav archers and skirms and crossbows and knights and pikes and rams and Tarkans. You can see anything in a Huns War. We'll see where this one goes. So for the red player, looking at his map, this is a pretty solid map. He has a wood line here. He can place 2 lumber camps on. He can place a TC here later as well. He has his gold. He can easily protect this by building up on this hill. His stone could be awkward. It depends on how he walls this. He could wall this off, but he has this wood line too. His secondary gold's here. And then his third gold is actually way out yonder, so that could be an issue if he doesn't have map control. Now, I don't know what the build orders are going to be like. I don't know what the skill level will be, but it seems like they're playing pretty good. Imagine there was more lag back then. You know, a little bit late with the sheep there, Red, but he went to stragglers and then immediately went to sheep when the sheep came in, so his build seems strong. Lord Sniffer says, I'm putting a $100 bet on the Huns to win. I'm not going to take you up on that bet. Wait, hold on. If I take you up on the bet, we both win. So I give you 100 and you give me 100, right? For yellow, his base, it's also pretty good. Wood line behind his town center. 2 of them, in fact.
Hello, YouTube. I know you are here cause of the sneaky clickbait LOL11.
Sir nickname, I don't use clickbait. Here, chat will help me out. Chat, type a 1 in the chat if you think I clickbait, and type a 2 in the chat if you think I don't clickbait. There's going to be a lot of 2s there, I'm sure. But yeah, the golds are somewhat forward for yellow. I think, again, he can build his production buildings in the front. You guys are typing the wrong number. You know that, right? Should be a lot of 2s in there. Yeah, something's going on with my Twitch, YouTube. I think there's a bug. I'm not sure what's going on. But thank you for voting, guys. I'm sorry, I'll have to fix that bug after this game. Now, I remember watching some classic Rex and 1v1s in the past, and I noticed that they didn't advance at the times that we see people advancing today, where they advance on 21 and 22 pop. We saw a lot of fast castles back then. Well, I don't want to say we, because I was probably playing Halo 1 or something, not Age, but we saw a lot of fast castles, and we didn't see people advancing with the same build orders. Like these farms, for example, 4 farms, this would be a mistake in today's meta. So if you happen to be learning this game nowadays, you should know that the meta is more defined than ever. So it is more difficult to be competitive than ever because of how the game has progressed. So pat yourself on the back a little bit more often. The metagame took over a decade to develop into where it is today. And they're going for a 24 pop-up. Now, I'm going to make a guess that they're going to go with a barracks and 2 archer ranges and go trash. Because I've seen a few recorded games now, and back then it was not 22 pop scouts, it was more like 25 population up into trash. But similar builds, and I have to say their economies seem to be pretty solid. The way they're playing this, it shows me they were at a pretty high level back then. No idle time, 2 lumber camps, good efficiency. You notice how the villas are split up on each lumber camp. The walls that are coming up are smart, so good thing this is not a noob game. Yeah, I did play Halo 1. I pretty much quit Halo after Halo 3, but I quit all games once I found Age of Empires in 2013. Let's see. Ah, he's just going for scouts, okay. It does make my casting job a bit more difficult when I don't know what the meta is. Normally I can predict what's going to happen. That is not the case here. Okay, so apparently the trick I use to toggle between players doesn't work, so I might be hopping all over the screen or the map when I switch player point of views. Nothing I can do about that. These are the starting scouts, and yellow being pushed away. This is a very close game. Very close game. And an immediate archer range, and villagers going to gold from blue. So the reason I like Hun Wars is because you have to constantly keep an eye on what your opponent is going for. Like, for example, if yellow, if he creates 6 scouts and just goes for scout upgrades, he could easily catch red off guard before red is able to make a lot of archers. So red seems to be sacrificing the scout numbers in favor of going for archers. But during that transitional period, he will be weak, because scouts are better than archers in 1v1, and currently the military numbers for yellow are stronger. Everything can turn around very quickly in a Huns war. Lord Sniffer says, 1 month since I switched from YouTube, totally worth it. Thank you for 2 months of Prime subbing, man. I didn't realize that you've only been here for that long. Time really flies, I guess. Defensive spears. Now, yellow doesn't know what red is going for. He doesn't know about the archer ranges. Red has 4 scouts versus the 7 of yellow, so yellow would win this engagement. Red's coming forward to attack, and will he come back now after seeing this, or will he just use his spears to defend? Now this is where yellow should not be too greedy. Just keep an eye on what his opponent is doing, and then transition to archers so the archers can kill those spears. And he's added his own spears at home. 3 on the wood line, 1 on the golds. This is a lot more spears than you see nowadays, but it's a safer approach. And this is a very high level play. Now bloodlines for red, so he'll go from 45 HP to 65 HP on his scouts. I'm gonna keep it at a somewhat fast speed here, because I do know how long the game will go, and let's just say it's gonna be an amazing one.
Just saw the Loss versus Sai. What a series of game. And great casting from you and Lord Dave.
Yeah, that was an amazing series from Fermented Herring. For those that didn't see the stream yesterday, we had 2,000 people here, and the best of 5 was one of the best of 5s you'll ever see. So that'll go to YouTube, probably 1 game a day until we meet the weekends, and then on the weekend we will have more Battle of Africa. Also, if you're new from YouTube today, or just watching this on YouTube, and you want more content, you can always go to my Twitch stream and go to the past broadcasts. I'm pretty sure that's what Fermented Herring did to see it. That's available whether you sub or not. And oh my goodness, fight it! Fight it, brother! He's getting bloodlines, so this will be so close. The timing of bloodlines might be a little bit late. As I said, red trying to add in archers, but look what more scouts can do. And he just realized that at that moment. If you want to learn speed, if you want to learn how to deal with aggression, do Hun Wars, because any moment you could just lose 3 villagers, and here go the villagers down for red. Now, red had bloodlines, but he didn't have the numbers. Now red does have archers with fletching. So as he adds 2 more spears, he might be thinking, okay, I can take an engagement now. And yellow, very good engagement, killing that scout that red had left wander. And now the archer switch comes in for Suzunskiy. Now, guys, we're seeing what I like to call an all-in. 2 archer ranges producing archers with fletching upgrade. We have scouts still being created. We have the defense upgrade coming in on the scouts. So we are not seeing full walls. We are not seeing them sit back and just go to Castle Age. Red may be being a little bit greedy with his resources. I'm not too sure, but It's going to be a lot of military out on the map. Mooing Cal, welcome. Thank you for the Prime sub. Narik says, sorry I'm being quiet today. I'm just watching. Just a bit tired and not too chatty. That's fine, man. That's fine. A lot of people aren't even chatting at all. Just here to relax and enjoy this amazing game. Now, I feel like if the hill was placed differently, Red wouldn't be favored to win this fight, but because of the hill, he does more damage. As you can see now, Red wants to run away because Yellow has the hill. There's more archers for Red, but there's more scouts with a lot of upgrades for Yellow. Red's micro is good. He's microing down those archer units, and that means his spears can get free hits in on the scouts. That was a very close battle, but I think Red's going to clean it up, which is going to be so good for him because lots of upgrades have come in on the Yellow scouts. He's even fighting uphill a little bit. Look at the military difference. B-Virus, 21 military versus 15 from Suzunskiy. I'm so hyped we did a classic game today because this game's already awesome. And now a second stable. You don't see this with any other Civ matchup. Only Hun Wars. And a second stable from Red as well. So who needs Castle Age? Who needs Castle Age? The reason they're doing this, especially Yellow now, is because he's behind in numbers. If he just sits back at home, uses his resources to click up to the next stage, he will be overwhelmed with military. At Red, his logic is, okay, I just took a good engagement. Let's push the advantage home with an attack. Oh, and Yellow does not know what's coming his way, and they have all their units in one group, so the scouts are moving slow. Run! You gotta get the spears out of the group so they don't have to run at the speed of the spears. Scouts being created. Yellow's now getting the last upgrade possible on the scouts. Now he'll have attack and defense. It's 26 military versus 33, and there's this hill here for Yellow, but at the same time, he is close to his reproduction buildings, or his production buildings. I say reproduction buildings now, because you guys made fun of me once. So Red has to run further to arrive with more military units. What armies here. It is funny how they're just controlling one army group and they're not splitting them up like we see from the pros nowadays. What is your favorite medieval war movie? It has to be Gladiator. Gladiator, Troy. Really good movies. Might need to watch one of those tonight. So Yellow luckily is keeping an eye on where Red is, or where he might be, but I think he expected him to come this way, and he was hoping the tower would be enough for him to hold here, but it is not. Now it is 49 vills to 50 after that loss. So Suzunskiy is a bit behind in the vill count, but there's only one vill in it. And he does protect his gold, but he will need military. Now if you're Red, you don't know what's in here. You don't know how many archers and scouts are waiting for you. You just see them and... Yep, now he sees them coming out to play and he's going to run. In one of those situations where you don't want to throw away your advantage, having this map control is so good because you can do whatever you want at home. You don't have to be worried about losing villagers. What a freaking game. I wish Nilly was around, because Nilly is one of the few people in the community that might know who these players are. And he could tell me what their level was. Doubt as well might know. I don't know. Doubt doesn't really frequent streams much. He just does his own thing. I guess when I thought medieval, I was thinking like... I wasn't thinking exact time frames, more so swords and arrows and... I don't know. My favorite war movies gotta be Gladiator, Troy. 300 doesn't have the best plot. But anyway, that is not relevant to this game at all, so... What a fight! What a fight! Of course, the attack upgrades researched earlier... That's gonna apply to these spears, and Red is running away, and he didn't have the attack upgrade on his scouts, did he? He did not, and there's more scouts for Yellow. It's 52 military versus 32. And Red's on the way to Castle, so it's one of those who blinks first situations. And Red has blinked first, and he's gone up to Castle, but now, look at the military coming his way. So many scouts. Look at this! Look at this! From Suzunskiy. 3 stables, 3 archery ranges. adding a second barracks. This is in Feudal. Red could lose the game right here. He honestly could with the amount of numbers.
I have been watching your videos for a while now. Finally made the switch to Twitch. Cheers.
He's going to try and hide underneath the tower here. The scout's trying to get us around. The archer's coming in. You just got to micro down army. If you kill Red's army, then your army will have no problem killing the villagers. This is not what B-Virus needs right now, as he is on his way to the next stage. He's going to lose all of his archers. He runs away from his gold. What a Huns war. This is a feudal age all in. One person on the way to castle and dying. The other person just spamming in feudal age. Now, there's 3 stables here for Red. He does have a lot of resources, but he has taken some big losses here. It is 38 military versus -1? Man, it's so bad for him. He's in the negatives. But he's worked his way up to 0. So now I assume he's going to go knights. And these knights will kill the archers. They will kill the scouts, but Yellow's doing the right thing and sending the archers back home. And he's going to commit towards the economy with the scouts. And just try and do as much damage as possible to delay Red from pushing back at him. Now, Red, yeah, this is such a high-level game. He's going to this gold immediately after losing access to this one. And now let's look at the resources for Suzunskiy back at home. Suzunskiy, wow, he's committed so much food into that attack. All those scouts, they did damage. He's 10 vills ahead, but he's not on his way up to Castle Age. So B-Virus might be able to bring this back. You guys are typing -11 to laugh. Oh, love it. What upgrades do these knights have? Well, they have +1 attack and +1 defense and the bloodlines that the scouts had. And B-Virus might struggle keeping knight production up and getting the +2 defense upgrade. But he has 11 knights. Now, remember the second barracks from Suzunskiy? Suzunskiy, he's prepared for this possibility. He has feudal age spears. Such an unorthodox game. He's waiting for Castle Age himself. He'll click up right as the knights arrive. And he has created a funnel. B-Virus has to come in here to take an engagement. And good luck, my friends. There's about 15 spears here. You can't fight this. And he's stonewalling on the right. He's palisade walling here. He is completely fine. Now what this does is it gives B-Virus the time to catch up in the vill count, because as Suzunskiy advances to Castle Age, his TC is idle. I like what Suzunskiy has done here. Just gonna commit with the scouts to kill a few more vills. I can't see these scouts lasting too long if they stay in the engagement, so they need to run, and yes, they are running now, and wow, what a game. K-Con, I'm gonna say Suzunskiy just because it triggers you, man. Suzunskiy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How dare you? How dare you? If that's the one thing you're focusing on, I'm not doing good enough a job casting the game. So these will soon be crossbows. These will soon be pikemen. And that should force B-Virus to go into some cav archers as well. I mean, still, he has a lot of knights, 24 knights. But I think cav archers will need to come out. Maybe elite skirm, even elite skirm, of course, would counter the spears and the archers. Question is, did Suzunskiy do good enough of a job to attack the economy? I think he has. There's just not many resources floating for B-Virus. I don't think he can tech switch right now. And a few cav archers, but he still would need his upgrade to bodkin arrow and ballistics, and he'll get there. He will get there. Now, I've watched a lot of Huns wars, and 34 minutes in, this is one of the best Huns wars I've ever seen, because I've seen Feudal Age all-ins win or lose games there, but I have not seen many Feudal Age all-ins that give us an even game afterwards. And this is going to be even. Castle Age in for Suzun now. And, pikemen and crossbow. Now, Red has the hill, and he has a few cav archers to kill the spears. And cav archers and knights beat crossbow and pikemen. These pikemen are going to have some defense upgrades, and maybe yellow can push out. Liz, this is a classic game. This was posted to AOCZone.net in 2010. probably played prior to that. So this game is played almost a decade ago. Oh, this engagement will be so big with so many pikemen. If Red's not paying attention... Okay, he's realized and he's done the wise thing and he's run this way. I don't know if he has husbandry. But I think husbandry would be really smart so we can run away from these bad engagements. We didn't take any losses there, just lost a bit of HP. It is now nights, and Yellow even researching light cav. My hotkeys don't work on this old game. He's going light cav. Does lack the gold to be going for cav archers as well. Red has added a town center. He's adding his third now. Yellow's just added his third. How close is this game? And oh my goodness, Suzunskiy with some balls to go for a siege workshop here. Probably will have to change the placement of that. I'd prefer to have it at the top of the hill and not next to an enemy town center, but okay. This whole game looks like it's playing out slower. Maybe this was played before the game got quicker. Or it was just played back on dial-up. You notice how there's not a lot of split micro? We haven't had to see it yet, but I think the game was probably played slower. But if there is lag, I'm impressed with how flawless this has been with the engagements, because it's 80 kills to 75, 72 villas to 67, Siege Workshop to Siege Workshop now. I find this a bit interesting, how the Siege Workshop hasn't been addressed. Yellow's just sitting here and a Red sitting here, but these two hills have played an important part for both players so far. Okay, stone walls going up here. I like the placement of that, because this area can be raided, but ranged units can still fire over top the walls. I also have it slower myself, Hank. I have slowed it down because I want to talk about so much. We have scorpions! They made scorpions back then? What? Scorpions from B-Virus. Get some scorpion hypes in the chat. Scorpions do help versus the pikemen, but they die hard to the knights and the light calf. And battering rams for yellow. This game could really not be closer. 72 military versus 60 military? Are you kidding me? Well, let's see how this goes. Yellow has a slight hill advantage on all the engagements. Now he has the pikemen as a big part of this army. Yeah, this definitely seems like there was some lag at the time. The cav archers are chewing up the pikemen. And once the pikemen are gone, Red has a lot of knights. And Yellow doesn't have any ranged units. It seems like this will go into Red's favor, especially with the scorpions coming in. But Yellow's micro is nice to micro down those units. It's so close, but the bill count is rising for Yellow. The military count plummeting. The TC's lost for Red, but I think he'll clean this up. It's 44 military for him and just 17 for Yellow. And now he has to go out of pikemen, I think. Pikemen dying too quickly to the cav archers. Is rebuilding a TC. Red's like, this is fine. And we're now in a situation that we see pretty often in today's Age of Empires, where one person has a huge vill advantage, but they've fallen behind in the military count. Wow. Now, if Red had lost that fight, it would have been game over. His gold and his stone is here. He wouldn't have been able to fight up the hill, but he has done so. His other gold's out on this side. That's something that Yellow has seen. And, oh my goodness, that's unlucky. That is unlucky for B-Virus to not know that's there. Yellow trying to raid with the light cav, and this little distraction has worked for him before in the Feudal Age. But now it's the Castle Age. Well, let's see what these cav archers can do. This would be the time for B-Virus to move forward. If this was indeed played with a lot of lag, I feel like the light cav raids that Yellow's going for would be extremely effective, because it'd be hard to track down.
Awesome YouTube content, come and smile.
But I don't know, the response time is pretty freaking sweet. And now Red's going for a forward siege workshop, which could be denied by the light cav, actually. And it will be denied. He's placed 3 foundations. Will his vills survive? Oh, they will. What a game. Joyhu, I will keep up the good YouTube content. Thank you for subscribing 2 months in a row. And Frank Paladin, also with the $5 earlier, said, I've been watching your videos for a while now. Finally made the switch to Twitch. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, this is an awesome game. I would give red a huge advantage, but yellow's quick to imp? What? These players have to be more known. Maybe it was Smurf accounts for players who were some of the very best back then. Wow, the extra vills really paying off, but where's the military control? Where's the map control for yellow? He builds a castle now. This gold is forward. This castle doesn't really protect that from being ranged by the cav archers. He's gonna wall the outer edge with his stable. He does see his gold here if he needs it. I think he'll go for Hussar. But now red has added pikemen as well. I think we'll have to go into trash units, which could work. If he had elite skirm halberdier Hussar, he kills this, but it takes a lot of time to tech switch into, and he's 70% of the way to the Imperial Age. Well, I think... Good point from Hank. Imp has to give him something. And he's... true to form. Just like he's been doing all game. He's going into everything. Pikemen. Light cav. Elite skirms. Still won't be able to push back map control easily. And now red, if he wants, he would be in the position to, yes, get the extra gold piles. He's scouting with this cav archer to try and find that gold. He could try and go towards the Imperial Age. I like how red is now going to run around with the cav archers and try and raid other areas. I like that a lot. Yellow sees this gold here. Now he's building here with villagers. I think I need to slow this down a little bit. This is more complicated than I expected. Trying to raid, maybe? Interesting how he's been able to have the freedom to do that. He can't stop these cav archers from killing his lumberjacks. He'll have to run back here. Red winning the KD. He's also winning in map control. He will clean this up, I imagine, and get the extra golds. Yellow's just stubborn with the raids. Every time red ungarrisons his town center, he finds 2 more light cav there. Huh. B-Virus lacking that gold, has the food. Now he's just evened out the vill count in a big way with this raid. And he might even be able to get in here. But Suzunskiy with the light cav, where will he go? He's an imp now. Red is just clicked up. Is he gonna go for the eco? Is he gonna try and trap these units? If he gets all the upgrades, if these become a Hussar and they have the defense and attack upgrades, they could kill these cav archers. Right now, he just has to hope for a lack of patrol from B-Virus to get a good engagement, and... Oh! That's exactly what he gets! B-Virus trying to run back home, and he's just run right into the light cav. Sneaky play there. This is before the skirmishers and the halberdiers arrive as well. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down since it's a recorded game, and talk about a few late game things that I normally address, but I don't have as much time to do so. So in Age of Empires, you have 3 starting golds. Your main, then you have 2 4-tile golds, and then there's 2 neutral golds that are elsewhere on the map. In fact, I'll pause it real quick. So when yellow gave up map control, he essentially gave red the freedom to take this gold. He gave red the freedom to take this gold, which he can see. And he gave red the freedom to find the neutrals. And he's found this one, he's found this one. So it is going to be an uphill battle for Suzunskiy because, well, he's fighting uphill. But also, this gold can be ranged by any ranged units, which will soon be upgraded in Imp. And he doesn't have the extra gold piles. But when you're getting the neutral gold piles, you still need to maintain that map control. And what I sense is coming is a Hussar raid. Like, these light cav can hit here, just 1 light cav arrives and kills all the vills. The wood lines are soon going to be exposed, and in late game Hun Wars, it's all about those raids. So if you're red, you need to make sure that your army is strong enough and scary enough that yellow cannot afford to send any population out on a raid. And here are those skirmishers. It'd be excellent to use the elite skirms versus the cav archers and the pikemen. B-Virus won the AYN Cup in 2005. He was Portuguese. Used to play around 2005-2006. Played in MVP Tournament 2 and 3. That's all I know. This must be from 2005-2006. Oh, thank you for that info. Now, you could have just completely bullshitted there and told me a bold-faced lie, but I'm going to run with it, and we're going to put that in the YouTube description. I don't think you would. I don't think you would. Did you Google that, or did you see it on AoC Zone, or what? Not sure. Heavy cav archer. So finally, B-Virus hits the Imperial Age. He gets heavy cav archer. He gets bracer. Look at the military counts. This is ridiculous. 80 military versus 100. Now, these cav archers are not really doing too much right now. And as far as I know, there's no castle yet for B-Virus. So a castle on this hill would be great. He could add in Trebs. That is not happening. I think Hussar will be clicked now from yellow. He has the required resources for it. And he's already researched Halberdier. He's at 200 population as well, so he might as well use those resources for upgrades. Okay, he's going to get ballistics first for his skirms, and he's going to get the armor for his light cav. What did I say? Gonna try and raid. Now, he doesn't know about this gold, but I think he's looking for this one. Also hitting the wood line. Also creating units here as well. And he's distracting red a little bit, and I guess red does not feel comfortable enough to push. I think the one big thing that he is missing is Hussar upgrade himself. Getting Hussar and Halberdier is important in late game because you will eventually run out of golds. And it's possible B-Virus did not scout, or sorry, he scouted it, but did not see this gold. It's very easy to overlook that. Should have thought about that by now, though, since you start with 3 golds. And there's Hussar for yellow. And let the raids begin. I want to say whoever has this hill will win the game. Red has it right now, but does he have the right composition? Doesn't have his cav archers involved. So many upgrades on the skirms from yellow. Also red engaging with the rams. That'll act as a meat shield, but here this is just going to be a little bit of a throw. And look at the population now. Suzunskiy pushing up the hill. 80 military versus 76. A while back he was actually behind by 20 military, and now he's slightly ahead in numbers. And these cav archers really can't get in close. So that's a huge fight, and the score now changing. If we see rams from yellow, he can clean up these production buildings, and he's already starting his raids on the golds. Now, there's not a lot of gold left for B-Virus here. B-Virus, of course, hasn't taken this gold either, and yellow could actually take that. Just like we saw in Feudal Age with the scouts, just like we saw in Castle Age with the light cap, we will now see Hussar raids into the economy of B-Virus, sorry. These production buildings, what are they doing now? They're so isolated. They're so isolated. I think red needed Hussar earlier. A Hussar can arrive and kill the skirms. The skirms have minimum range, and they only have bonus versus the archers and the halbs here. Now, castle going up for red. He had the correct response after the loss on the front. Just run away with the gold units, build a castle, and try and hold. But now he is losing map control, and yellow building a town center on the 389 gold that's left. Now, let's not forget about the relics as well. There's a relic here and here. Also, yellow hasn't taken this gold, interestingly enough, so there's quite a few gold piles left. Siege ram is a big one. And yellow gonna go for siege ram to take out any buildings he can find. Okay, now B-Virus, noticing this gold, and he's going out to it. He will need it. Will he get found out here? He will! Perfect timing from yellow. Yellow, he might be behind in score, but I think he's about to take the score lead. Just look at the population difference. 190 to 155. Joe, welcome to the stream, man. Skirm's best unit? Well, Skirms are great when Hussars are not around. And that's the one thing B-Virus has maybe lacked. But one thing's for sure, this game has been exceptional. Now Suzunskiy's building a siege workshop here. Red addressing this with the Halbs. This was not played yesterday. If it was played yesterday, it still would have been a solid game. This was played probably a decade ago, and this level is amazing. Yes, yellow definitely has a big edge now. Now, I want to see the Fog of War. Red can see pretty much everything that's important here. The neutral golds, the golds for yellow, the relics if he wants them. These Cav Archers haven't played a huge part yet, but here they will. And the scouting then for yellow as well, also pretty strong on all the important areas of the map. And now he needs to create trebs maybe and camp this hill that we've seen be important in so many fights. Is he adding Cav Archers? He must be, because he's getting Parthian tactics. Yeah, he's adding archery ranges. Wow. Okay. It feels like he has the gold to fund this, I guess. He does have 1,800 gold, and he's collecting some. And he's pop capped, so I guess why not? Every Hussar needs to be tracked before they kill villagers. B-Virus is behind. He's definitely behind in map control and in the vill count. Can he bring himself back into this and fight up this dreaded hill? A few Tarkans and Light Cat from B-Virus. Going to save his castle. And the Cav Archers, though they're going to die to the Skirms, I think they'll be okay if B-Virus gets a few more Hussars into the mix. Or Light Cav, rather. He is missing Hussar. Michael M. Click, thank you for subscribing to the stream, man. And Truck, thank you for the bits. And this is what I'm talking about. There's not many Halbs here anymore. These Cav Archers, they fire so fast. And these Light Cav are going to arrive. These Skirms, just disintegrating. And what a hold from B-Virus. Look at the population now. It's 161 to 164. On the right-hand side, the Hussar raids are being snuffed out by Halbs. On the left-hand side, that has been defended by Halbs as well. And now, I like this composition a lot more for B-Virus. Because the Halbs just don't stand a chance with so many Cav Archers. And, Yellow going to go into his own heavy Cav Archer. That's so expensive. That is 900 food, 500 gold, and then you have to get Parthian tactics and thumb ring and all the attack and defense upgrades. Only one relic collected, and that has been collected by Red. And maybe he'll get more with this map control. I think the Vil difference is significant as well. But an awkward problem that Suzunskiy might be running into is he's pop capped, but he doesn't have the numbers of military. Like, while I like his resources better, he quite literally might need to delete Vils. Because during that engagement, he was at 200 pop. Red has 50 more military. So this is so high level that you need to consider that, and having 80 Vils is fine if you have the resources. So Red doesn't really have the resources, but I think that's because every single building has been producing military, as you can see. He's using the resources. Having resources in the bank, that doesn't help you win fights. You're just gonna die with the resources. You need to use them. And what a freaking match here. And now, B-Virus returning the favor. 192 pop to 191 population. And now the Light Cap killing the gold fills. So the gold area is a big focus point on the right side. And still no Hussar for B-Virus. So B-Virus needs Hussar yet. B-Virus needs to get Siege Ram yet to be level on the upgrades here. And the big difference has been the Cav Archers. Their mobility can pay off now to kill Vils, which funny enough might help Yellow a little bit in boosting his military numbers. Yellow's adding in his own CA, and they have full upgrades, and he had the gold. He can always take this gold again. He has to clean this up, but I think Yellow could swing himself back into this. If he doesn't take big losses to the Cav Archers like this, and if he can create his own Cav Archers. Okay, let's look back over at Yellow's point of view. And yes, he has more resources floating, indeed. And that's going to be a lot of cav archers and siege rams available with the wood and gold he has. 60 military to 110, 115 vills to 71. I definitely say that the vill count for B-Virus is not healthy. And you gotta credit Suzunskiy for the constant raiding, but... now he's the one raiding the eco. Ooh, I think he was looking for those villagers and might run around instead. He runs into the economy. Just look at this production, it's non-stop. It's crazy. These guys would easily be 2k Vubli today. If he runs into the base, he can kill vills, but then it's unlikely that his army will be able to leave, so he has to make sure this is worth it. Because he has the military advantage right now, so giving Yellow an opportunity to catch up there might be a mistake. I think he might look back at this and regret it. He's killing vills, but... oh, debated! He's just gonna run away! Yellow ran this way, and the cav archer's just gonna leave. Okay, I think that's worth it. Still lost numbers, but this allows him to add reinforcements. Gonna add a monastery here. Maybe for more relics. He has 2, and he's Hussar raiding on the right-hand side. If you're confused as to why I like Hun Wars, this is why I like Hun Wars. Because it's so fast-paced. You got raids on the right, raids on the left. You got military getting pumped up the gut. Yellow going Cavalier now. So unorthodox because we're 1 hour and 12 minutes into the game. That's so expensive. I don't know where they're getting this gold from. But that's one way to use the extra resources you have in the bank. Cav archers, skirmishers, halberdiers, rams. Will this castle stay up for red? You know what? It might die because there's not many Hussars in this fight. The cav archer's back on this wood line. Hussars coming into this wood line. B-Virus has kind of stepped it up a notch here. The extra military has paid off. I think the castle will go down though, which is unfortunate for him. Yeah, Cavalier is 300 food, 300 gold, but the issue is not so much getting the upgrade, it is producing them. Producing them is expensive. But hey, he does have golds. But once he collects all this, there's only 300 left, that'll be it for him. Actually, he still has 178 here. And he's again losing villagers. Yellow's building villagers, or creating villagers out of the forward TC. But he's winning the hill again. Now it's 90 military for Yellow versus 100 from Red. Yellow has the population lead. He's taking this hill. He's taking out the castle. He's taking out the production buildings. How many times have we said that? Someone losing production buildings in the middle. And the second you get an advantage here, you get an advantage here. You get to raid. Just like Red was doing a moment ago, Yellow will start to do. It makes perfect sense because Red's going to have to scramble everything here to defend from this. It's going to be a less efficient fight for him fighting uphill, so he'll need more numbers, and then Yellow can just afford to start focusing down the villagers. This is an amazing Huns War. Is there no Treb? Is this a no Treb game or something? Well, I feel like adding the Rams is smarter in almost every situation because it also acts as a meat shield. Trebs would probably die to the Hussars and to the Halberdiers if they're not protected. And I don't think their style of play is very campy. They're constantly moving around, so it's more suited towards creating Rams. Like if Yellow had stayed on the hill and just camped there and added Trebs, that might have worked for him, but what do castles give you as Huns? Just a little bit of protection. They don't give you a unit or anything. Except for Trebs, of course. The Red was waiting at his base for the attack to come in from the hill, and then he sends Suzunskiy running to the right-hand side. And, man, just look at the spam of Halbs, of Skirms, of Cav Archers and Hussars. And there's a slight hill here, so any attack coming in from B-Virus on these units will do more damage. And I think Yellow going to have to run away from this. It's 170 pop for him. It is 150 for Red. But look at the military numbers once again.
Next game for us nothing.
Alright, let's get some T90 trees in the chat.
Next game for us nothing.
For whatever troll donated that.
For us nothing.
Thank you, whoever next game for us nothing is. We are going to be running into a forest nothing situation at some point if people are going to have to start buying wood. They're going to chop through all the wood at this rate. When will this game end? Red is winning the fights, but he's down in pop, and it's just the vill count. He needs those T90 trees here. He needs the T90 trees here. He has very few left here, and I guess he needs to protect the right-hand side for both the gold and that wood. Now, he does have a TC in this corner, and he has 3 relics now. I played a lot of Hun Wars, and I think relics are less important in Hun Wars. In Hun War late game, it's about keeping your cav archer numbers alive, making lots of Hussars and other forms of trash, and putting all your gold into rams. But I could easily see this game being finished off with just a big eco raid, and then using that advantage to win fights. Yellow's going back to this hill, and here's a trebuchet. So, to the person that wanted the treb, here you go. But again, the problem is he'll have to sit on this hill. He can't run away from it. So he sits on the hill. He forces Red to approach it. But if Red doesn't care about his castle, he could send all of his military right into Yellow's base. And he's still raiding this gold with the Hussars. So I will be interested to see how this pans out. So last time Red was fighting Yellow, it was on this hill. And yeah, Yellow forcing a response, Red has to come over, so this is good. The siege rams really tanking those shots. And going to take down the castle alongside the treb. Now, you see what the siege rams do, especially with the cav archers, which is the most important. The meat shield is huge. So all Yellow needs to do is patrol in his army, and he's killing units. But all of these units are just dying because of the rams. Now, in this instance, the siege rams aren't in front, so Yellow does need to be careful. There's a lot of elite skirms here. I still like the way he's playing this one. Hussars in front, and the Hussars around the skirms as well, and yes, Red needs to hold to his hill. This is the closest we've been to the game being finished off, I think. We have more buildings being built from Yellow on the left, so he can start pressuring that side of the eco. Interestingly enough, the most important side is the right side for B-Virus. But B-Virus has been winning because of extra military, not because of extra eco. And he's behind in military numbers, and he's also behind in the eco now. And that's a first for this game. And this is just going to snowball. This is just going to snowball. B-Virus needs to defend from this. Can he do it? He also needs to try and continue to pressure. I don't know if that's possible. What a freaking game. Yeah, Wondrous. They were regular settings. Now, remember Yellow researched Cavalier. Maybe he canceled it or something, but I didn't see any Cavalier. B-Virus has relics, but he's behind in vills and in military. I want to go to his point of view. It's got to be Hussars and skirms. And Halps now. He's unable to do too much on the right-hand side. Things have really quieted down for him. Now he'll clean up Hussars with his cav archers. Yellow sees the monastery and might be thinking, yeah, I should get some relics as well now. And this Treb attacking the mining camp. So that's one way to stop B-Virus from getting more gold. There might not be any gold left on the map, but just kill the mining camps. Pro strategies. Can he do this? He has skirms and Hussars on the right. Can maybe kill villagers in Yellow's base again. The skirms will kill the Halps, of course. He has enough cav archers here. And he could add skirmishers to maybe push this back. He's going to kill the Treb. The stream is still alive, right? Don't know why you guys are typing F. I have a feeling there'd be a lot more spam if the stream had died. 150 pop to 180. Nivida,
Next game for us, nothing. Next game
I'm
for
gonna
us,
skip
nothing.
these because these games are so often, Nivida. I'll replay it later. I figured that was you earlier. Thank you very much. Yellow just can't seem to apply a finishing blow. Had he engaged here, he would have died to the CA from B-Virus. Now, he also might be deceived by the score a bit. He's trying to clean up the extra eco that Red has here. And he's coming back over to the right-hand side. His score would be deceiving to me. There was a 40 pop difference, and B-Virus is actually ahead because of the amount of kills. So he's taking the extra stone here. He could sell the stone, Yellow, for gold. He could sell the stone, but I don't think castles provide too much cover fire against the units that are coming in. This would be a good place for a castle if you can clean it up. Maybe here as well. You could build it next to your wood lines in the middle. 72 military population for Red. He's getting his numbers back up. Now, where is he running? Back out to the stone? Maybe. So this is the point of the game where you have a lot of production buildings spamming into eco. So here you have random Hussars spamming into the eco. Here you have Hussars being spammed into the eco. But Red, and this is probably the 4th TC he's lost and rebuilt. He has the Hussars waiting for them every time, so he's just chewing them up. And again, that can be a risk to just hope that you're going to have units come in and kill them, because that's 20 population just sitting there, not being offensive. If they don't attack there with those units and they go forward, you just won't have pop there. 135 pop, though, for B-Virus, so it seems like the raids are paying off for Yellow. That's really what you need to do now. Now, he has one relic. That was the relic that was here. I'm not sure where his monastery is. It's probably back in his base or something. And if he kills this monastery, he'll get another one. So it's 3-1 with the relic count. And yes, the Cav Archer's coming this way. A lot of villagers are in jeopardy, and B-Virus doesn't have the healthiest vill count anyway. This TC made sense because B-Virus was running out of wood, and it also allowed him an area to spam into Yellow's eco. But he's going to lose these vills, and he's running away with what he can. At the same time, he's still fighting on this side, but he's losing vills to the Hussars from Yellow. Yellow's Hussar rating, if he wins this game, that's why he wins it. He has 5,000 food, B-Virus has 600 food. And he's going to lose more villagers here, and he's going to lose the farms, and he's going to lose the map control and the relics. What a freaking game. This is a Huns war for you guys. You don't see this with any other mirror matchup. Other mirror matchups have slower units. You don't see as many units from the tech tree utilized. You see a lot more slow castle pushes and siege pushes, but Huns, it's about using the speed. And this is up there. One of the best Hun wars ever. There's another game I saw before, and both players were in Feudal Age.
Just for everyone who asked,
50, 60 minutes in.
This is an awesome game, BTW.
How do you decide which old school games to cast? Sir Nickname, I just go to AOCzone.net and look at the classic games, so I just got lucky with this one. Sometimes I'll review them ahead of time, but I'm not the type of caster that wants to know what's going to happen prior to the game. I like to be surprised. I don't want it to sound scripted, so I just got lucky, I guess, today. The other game I was referring to, I think I casted my first week of having a YouTube. Oh, let's go, Monk! You could do it! Get the relic heist! You're building a monastery in this corner. It'll be 2-2 in the relic count soon. It'll be 3-2 for the relic count. Yellow. Also finding the stone there. B-Virus is going to be down villagers, going to be down relics, also down military. He is definitely falling behind here. Suzunskiy slowly pushing out. I can't help but wonder if it would have been different if B-Virus had more wood in his base. But same could be said for Yellow. He's running out of it. This is a grind. These types of games really take a toll on you, man. Look at the resource difference. You gotta have more faith in Suzunskiy now. Getting that second relic. I imagine we'll get this one. Just has to think of it, of course. Already sent the monk. And could sell the stone once again. 77 military versus 72. Now it becomes very difficult to come back in these situations. B-Virus consistently behind in vills this game. Consistently behind in resources banked up. And, well, for the majority of the Imperial Age has struggled with map control as well. But again, having resources in the bank doesn't do too much for you. I think Yellow playing this safe by not deleting vills, but could afford to delete 20, 30 farmers. Yellow coming back over to this side. Gonna try and push B-Virus. B-Virus has a lot of Hussars. And with these Hussars, he can kill the Skirms, obviously. How he's at 100 military, I'll never know. 100 military with 75 vills average. All of him. And now he's down the relics as well. Truly a crazy player. And look at this! Just look at this! The hill going to help him. He will kill yet another siege ram from Yellow. With the Hussar meat, with the Cav archers, I think he'll be okay here. Now, still losing vills on the wood line. He has to come here for wood on the right-hand side. He has no other choice. Yellow knows that. But will Yellow get pushed back? His units have been attacking while Red's units were on patrol, and they didn't really stop that patrol for a while. They're just now attacking, so maybe Yellow can hold on, but 177 pop versus 177 pop. Yellow now trying to ram down this TC, which was just built, and of course B-Virus sees it, because these players are freakishly good. Repairing the TC amidst fighting here, amidst creating more units and adding villagers. Just seems like every time Yellow tries, B-Virus kills it off. He fends it off. Yet again, he is going to kill siege rams. Now, I feel like it would be fair to say that we should see more Hussar raids into the farms, but there's Halbs and there's Cav archers just waiting for that possibility. So I don't know how to be critical of Yellow or of Red because they've both played really well. If Yellow sent Hussars into the farms, they might just die to the Halbs. It's crazy. It's almost as if the 20 extra military numbers for B-Virus are being used to defend the economy, which is already fragile. Still trying to keep this TC alive, but I think he'll lose it. 60% map control for Yellow. All that extra gold he had is gone, and he is now running out of wood. Has tons of stone he could sell, of course. What's the market price? Does the recorded game save that? Oh my goodness, look how much he would get to sell. Get 94 gold per 100 stone. B-Virus being stubborn here. He needs wood. He has wood here, and he has wood here. Let's go back to his point of view. Oh, he's almost out of wood, actually. Yeah, see this town center in the middle of the map? It's sending villagers to this corner. So he has wood here, and he has wood here, and Yellow, he's able to push back and deny this wood entirely now for the first time this game, actually. And that is because Red needs to defend this side. So it could just be one of those games that Red loses because of the lack of wood. It'll be even more impressive if he wins this now, because he's at 45 wood. And he can't create Cav archers, Halbs, or Skirms without wood. Only Hussars. And of course you can't refresh farms without wood, and without farms you don't have Hussars. He's at 61 villagers. Yellow has 195 pop versus the 163 from B-Virus. And still, B-Virus holding on somehow. He has his wood again. Can he clean this up? He needs to. He needs to get the T90 trees back into his life. Hussars getting chewed up by the Halbs, but the Halbs are no longer there. And Red has more military numbers. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. How is he still alive? How many lumberjacks does he have? 17 lumberjacks, 8 wood, 400 food, 600 gold. How is he do? I don't know how he's able to fund all of this. He's rebuilding a town center again. Can we get the 4s in the chat? For the food, please. Or wood, please. Food as well would be nice. You could type a 3 too. It is a lot of everything. I can't be critical of Yellow at all because he's done everything right. He's been trying to hit the eco, trying to hit the wood. He's been raiding very well. He's had more villagers. Somehow Red is able to have this insane production though and keep his numbers up. I just don't know how. The answer is every single building he has, when he has the res for it, is creating something. So that's not easy to do when you're dying like this. He's moving back to this corner once again. He might as well stop trying to take the wood here. You should just give up on it. He abandoned these farms as well. Look at the score, guys. Just look at that score. Look how close that is. If Yellow gives Red any opportunity to come back in this game, you know he's going to take it. And you know he's going to go for the trees. Here come the lumberjacks. He's building a new lumber camp. And can he take this fight? Might be able to take that fight. He can get a relic back. He has wood here. 77 vills versus 117. He has 91 military versus 75. I am so on Team Red now. If he wins this game, I will be amazed. This is incredible. Look at the KD for him. 1,236 kills. Just under 1,000 deaths. There's 300 more kills. He's been behind almost the entirety of the Imperial Age, and Yellow maybe scratching his head thinking, how do I kill this guy? I've been at 200 pop all freaking game. I've killed his lumberjacks. I've killed his production buildings. He's had to leave farms. I mean, for goodness sakes, he had to rebuild 5 TCs and repair his town center in the corner. How is he not dead yet? We have a new TC from Red. He's found wood. Wow. I love Hun Wars. I'm going to change all of you. I'm going to change all of you. It's not going to be next game Force Nothing. It's going to be next game Hun Wars. Next game Hun Wars. Because a good Hun War is truly something special. B-Virus, he has the population lead. Somehow, some way, he has the population lead. He has found wood again. He's winning the fights here. He's going to get his relic back. On the right-hand side, he has Cav Archers and Hussars. He's killing more siege rams. Yellow just can't keep up with the guy. It's gonna be next game Korean Wars. Ah, please. Please. Anyway, I'll talk more about why Hun Wars are great after this, but if this is an example, if this doesn't open up your eyes to the beauty of the speed of Hun Wars, I don't know what will. And this was played over 10 years ago. Everywhere you look, Red has more military numbers. Everywhere you look.
Many fight.
Crazy display of skill here. I'm sad that this player doesn't exist anymore, because if he was this good 10 years ago, imagine if he was playing versus the best today to train. And Yellow has played out of his mind. This game started, I know we have more people here now. This game started with a 50 military versus 60 military engagement in Feudal Age. And it was similarly crazy in Castle. But now look at the population for Red. He's at 170 pops, still lacking the villagers. Go to Yellow's point of view. Has more food, has more wood. This could get to the stage where Yellow doesn't have the wood. He's gonna need these trees, and these trees, and these trees. There are trees in the middle. Goodness.
I agree, Hun War Forest Nothings are the best. Only being able to cut with trebs is just so nice. To keep the game exiting.
That's not exactly what I was thinking of. when I said next game Hun nothing, but thank you very much, Nivida. This militia, let's go, hero militia. Yeah, he got a kill. Man, this guy's good. He even made a militia in Imperial Age. 97 military versus 80 military. Lots of skirms and hussars now from yellow. Now, that's fine. Skirms counter the cav archers. Hussars counter enemy skirms. But if it's microed properly, and it has been microed very well from red, then it just doesn't work. And the micro, like I said, just slightly better. I think yellow's trying to spam hussars into this corner, but he's going to have to give up on it. And where are these vills going? To build a lumber camp. How much you want to bet they're going to build a lumber camp? Oh, a new town center! That's even better. Oh my goodness. I wish I could have statistics, advanced statistics for this game to see how many TCs red has had to build. Now he has a few hussars killing his farms. Finally yellow finding a victory here at killing farmers. He's been trying this all game. And this is what even 3 hussars can do if the halbs aren't waiting. Yellow on the wood on the right hand side. We're closing it on a 2-hour game now. And oh man, where are the cav archers? They're out of position for red. He knows that. He's gonna run away. 200 population again for yellow. 105 vills. 95 military. He's very close to B-Virus. B-Virus with only 68 vills. That has been the norm for him. And he has over 100 military. That has also been the norm. But he needs to be careful. He's adding vills, but every time he places a new TC or creates vills, he just loses them. Oh, I think the siege rams could potentially be the decider in this fight because there's not going to be many hussars left in a moment. The siege ram meat shield is too big. The skirmishers in front, cav archers behind for B-Virus. Now, watch how many shots the siege rams will take. I would have preferred to put the siege rams in front if I'm yellow, but even still, this is going to work out for him because it's soaking up so much arrow fire. It's 190 pop to 160 now. And pretty soon, yellow could take this hill. Is he going to take the game? Still tough to call. You have to give him the edge because of the amount of map control he's been able to get. This B-Virus guy, killing the rams. Halb's in front for the hussars. Has his own skirms with cav archers. Holy shit. And he's up to 73 vills, so he's catching up with vills. He might run out of these trees. I was joking when I said there might be lack of wood. That was a joke.
Love your work. Keep doing what you are doing. Smile.
Wow. International what? Thank you for 10 months, man. I will definitely keep it up. I absolutely enjoy this. Eric Cools, thank you for 3 as well. He said, such Huns, many fights. Yeah, man. Look at the KD. Over 2,000 kills. We're closing in on 3,000 kills and deaths in this game. MC, thank you for subbing to the stream with the Prime. R1511, thank you. Guys, I'll do more shoutouts after this game. I'm just in the zone right now. I am in the zone. I want to go back to yellow's resources. Yes, you look at the food. Now, wood could be an issue. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is where yellow has wood. The Hussar is now hitting that. Now, he has trees here and here, but who's going to run out of wood first? B-Virus thinking, I can't have wood, you can't have it either, my friend. There are no friends in war. More like my enemy, but, wow. Now, I do think that the castles would have been nice for yellow now. If he had built the castle here, if he had built the castles here, he would have denied a lot of the expansion from red to get the wood. He had the opportunity to do that here as well, I believe, though he didn't have many vills there. But just a thought. If you're not going to build a castle with the stone, you might as well save it up till this point and sell it, right? Look at the vill difference. 96 vills to 88. B-Virus has been attacking with 70 vills for God knows how long. B-Virus building a market so we can maybe go for a sneaky trade cart. And here is another fight. Are we getting closer to the finish of this game? This fight starts off much better for yellow because the Hussars, they're going to soak up a lot of this damage. But they went after the Cav Archers and the Halbs just chewed them up. And now B-Virus, he should have an advantage here if he can get his own Hussars in front of these skirms. He's going to almost lose another TC. He's losing more villagers. He's raiding on the right and killing vills and units from yellow. Now he is being raided. Oh man, the woodline getting hit from the stable that wasn't finished off. It's at 182 HP. Will B-Virus live to regret that? The main fight, I think that's just too many skirms stacked for yellow. Yellow's still with the population lead, both in villagers and military. He's back at it again. Can he finish this guy off? I think he's getting there. 150 pop for B-Virus. He can't even take this fight. These Cav Archers actually patrol in. This is a lost fight. And you notice how there's not many Cav Archers left for B-Virus? Could be a big issue. And Cav Archers going to be easier for yellow if he can sell some of that stone. And also the lack of wood, of course, going to hurt the Cav Archer production. 100 military for yellow now. 100 vills. B-Virus, 67 vills yet again, and 55 military. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. Look at the Hussars on the left. All the lumberjacks killed off. Soon this woodline will be the next focus. B-Virus, he has played extremely well to even survive to this point. But can he survive much longer? He's not attacking. He's just defending. He's losing more Cav Archers to the skirms. The score is still in favor of B-Virus because of all the units he's been chewing up. We've crossed 3,000 kills in this game. There are many team games that don't cross 3,000 kills. But he's at 111 population. He'll lose this TC, which means he'll lose the villagers. We have to be near the end now. What a freaking game, though. He's gonna go below 60 villagers after that. TC dies here. He's just losing his military. 65 bills and 24 military. That's gotta be it. There's no way he can come back from this now. 200 pop versus 80 pop. This is where yellow types, you play 2 hours to die like this. And he said... Hold on. This was back when Nations Cup had just begun, I guess. B-Virus says, fuck Nations Cup. All day playing. I don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe he's saying that he's been playing all day, or he's saying that he hasn't been playing all day because Suzunskiy was in Nations Cup and Suzunskiy is on form or something. But what a game. What a game. Wow. Woo! I knew it was a long game, but that's all I knew. I didn't know how it would go. And that's one of the best Hun Wars you'll see. I mean, full credit to B-Virus. It's really rare to see someone resign when they have the score lead. B-Virus held on in situations where he probably should have died. But Suzunskiy played it with a safer approach, I think. I had said that Suzunskiy could have deleted some vills early with the amount of food he had. And instead, he just kept creating units, and he basically used that banked up food as a fallback in case he did take losses in his eco. I know we gained about 400 viewers during that game, so this will go to YouTube at some point, and when it does, if you don't watch the past broadcasts on Twitch, of course, watch that the whole way through, because Imperial Age was nuts, but Feudal Age was the exact same thing. We had scouts and archers and spears in Feudal Age, 50 military armies, and then we had, in Castle Age, we had similar things. Pikemen, Cav Archers, Knights, Skirmishers. I'm literally calling it Suzunskiy because you guys are getting triggered. Like, that's the only reason I'm doing it. Just so you know. Like, the more people complained about it, the more I wanted to talk about yellow in this game. That was an awesome game. Really hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for being here to watch it. Yeah, no skirms till imp. You're right. No skirms till imp. And yellow was the one to start that. But that's a game right there. Let's look at the achievements. Okay, so here's the KD. We know B-Virus had more kills. He just lost a lot more important areas in the map, I feel. So maybe he'll look back and he'll be disappointed that he wasn't able to hold that hill. But that hill did switch hands plenty of times. Again, that's one of those games that I can't say anyone did something wrong with, because both of them played well. I think if you make it to 2 hours at that level, both of you deserve to win. The person who loses that game is going to have a pretty frustrating rest of the day because they won't forget about it. Hey, Richie, Suzunskiy. Food and wood is what it came down to in the end, which came down to Suzunskiy's map control, wood rating, farm rating, and that is actually why B-Virus lost, because, as I said, in the Imperial Age, you want to put most of your gold into cav archers, you want to put most of your gold into siege rams, and then beyond that, it's just trash spam. So if you're making halbs and skirms, it's food and wood. If you're making hussars, it's food. And look at the difference there. That's a 50k difference and a 30k difference here. All right, there's the uptimes as well. So we had an all-in-ish Feudal Age from Suzunskiy. And then B-Virus hit Castle Age faster. Then B-Virus pushed back. And B-Virus had full map control. And somehow Yellow pushed back. And then it was just back and forth the whole time. We almost had 100% exploration from Yellow and from Red. It was so close. What is this timeline going to look like? Have you ever seen a timeline in a 1v1 like that? Boom, 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 boom. Welcome to T90 Official. I'm just trolling you guys. Just trolling you guys. Again, if that triggers you that much, the game must not be as awesome as I think it was to you, because that was amazing. I need to do more research on these players. Maybe we'll cast more games from these players, because both of them were exceptional. I think if they switch the maps, the same thing happens, and then maybe Yellow doesn't have as much eco. That back corner, just to return to the game for a moment, this back corner was so good for Yellow. There's no trees here anymore, but remember, he had this walled off, and he had a lot of wood and farm space protected. Red didn't have a corner, and he couldn't really wall here either because the hill was awkward. You know what we could do? Do you guys want to load up the game from the very beginning and just look at the wood positions? I've never done that after a cast before. I'm kind of interested to see where the wood was. We could do that right now. I'm interested. It wouldn't take a lot of time. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. A Crypto Ruler, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back, Crypto Ruler. A Digital Jedi, thank you for the Prime sub. Thanks for the support, guys. I'll get to the shoutouts here in a moment. I want to see the wood. Yeah, watch the game over again. Okay, let's do it. All right. So we'll just pause it.
1,500 sub party. Party.
Actually,
Party.
Nivida, we haven't hit
Party.
1,500 yet.
Party.
We're one
Party.
away.
Party.
Wow, I didn't even
Party.
realize that.
Party.
Thank you, Nivida. A little bit early with the party, but thank you. Okay, I want to look at the wood. See, this is something that's very awkward to wall off as the game progresses, because anything can range it. Like, this area is so tough because of the hill. He had a gold and 2 stones here, so he had this wood line and this wood line. But beyond that, where does Red need to go for wood? Into the corner that we ended with him on. Forward, again, below the hill, or way out here. Actually, he did have some of these. Yellow. 1, 2 very safe ones in the beginning, and then look at this in the back. So guess, if you're a B-Virus fan, you could claim map win. It was a 2-hour game, but you could claim map win. Now, I don't have the time to count every individual tree, but there's more wood in this back corner for yellow, and that's maybe what it came down to in the end. But then again, you have to play your map, right? You have to play your map, and also B-Virus was running low on Vils. So, I don't know. That's just an incredible game. Alright, well, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to check out the links in the video description. I'm going to have a small Fieldsy moment and thank you moment to Twitch for 1,500 subscribers. Wow.
1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500,
Jeez.
1,500, 1,500, 1,500.
That's crazy, guys.
1,500.